Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Exploring Briarwood. Today we are in the north central areas of the world, going through my two favorite towns personally, Zacston and Charing. So, Zacston is based on Zurich in Switzerland. It's going to be the largest of all of these towns, so there's going to be a bunch of different skyscrapers, big stadiums, big expansive town. And I do apologize, we are joined today by two very special guests, one being my neighbor's dog in the background, and the other one being bad Wi-Fi. So the screen will freeze as you see it doing right there, but hopefully otherwise this video runs smoothly. But this right here is Samsung Stadium. This is home to the Zacston Serpents. Their color scheme is orange and black, and you can see it's based on Yankee Stadium, specifically the new Yankee Stadium that was built about 15 years ago in the Bronx. So you can see it start to take shape a little bit. There's the short porch there in the flipped outfield. Eventually, we'll have kind of this upper deck section wrap around to about there. And then you have kind of this center field bleacher section. That's the black seats there, the different bullpens to the side, memorial, the garden in center field there, batter's eye, big scoreboard. I'll put some signage up to block kind of this outfield area like they do at Yankee Stadium, but there's a better view of what will be going on behind home plate. This, like I said, Samsung Stadium. Let's circle around here. We've been over here before, but this is the Zacston Hilton, based on the home of Mukesh Ambani, called Antilia. It's the largest private, or the most expensive private home in the world. It's a skyscraper that houses him and about 600 staff. Just this massive skyscraper, 5 floors of parking below, big garden area. Of course, I'm assuming he's a Hindu, so it's kind of got this Buddhist Hindu garden thing here going on. This will just be kind of a garden area for the residents. Then below that, we've kind of already explored these storefronts here, but this is the start of what will be the largest downtown in all of this world. Over here is going to be the Starbucks Center. So this is based on the Amway Center in, don't tell me, Orlando, home of the Orlando Magic. This will be home to the Zacston Ravens and the Zacston, what's the other team called? Don't tell me. I'm going to have to use my cheat sheet. I do apologize. One sec. Zacston Mountaineers is the name of the hockey team. So right now it's set up for indoor tennis on kind of this pseudo grass surface here. But you can see this will be on both sides, and then it'll have kind of weird end sections that I haven't decided how I want to design those yet. But this, like I said, is the Starbucks Center. Black seats for most of Zacston's teams. Mountaineers are black and gray. Ravens are black and brown. Orange and black for the Serpents. Black and white for the Zebras. That's the American football team. And then, weirdly enough, brown and blue for the soccer team. I'm not sure why I decided on that one, but still black seats in their stadium. This here will be based on SoFi Stadium. It's called YouTube Stadium. There you can see the start of what will, like I said, eventually be based on SoFi Stadium. So huge tiers here. Should hold upwards of 70,000 once we're complete. Eventually we'll have seats on these ends here, but definitely just getting that feel going for that SoFi Stadium, just the size of it. It's such a large stadium, large construction project. Eventually, I'm hoping to also have the pavilion behind it as well. But this is Zacston. One more look at all of the different stadiums there and what we have so far. Let's go up to Charing. I love Charing. I don't know why I love Charing. It's just kind of the town that I decided to build a lot of nostalgic things from my childhood for. And for that reason, I'm kind of favoring it as above most of these other towns, which is kind of sad. We talked a little bit, that's going to be a hospital based on Bridgepoint Health in Toronto, but we will talk about that more when it's more complete. So let's go straight north to Charing. as I check my Instagram notifications. One new follower on the account. If you're not following the Instagram, feel free to check it out. We have daily updates of all of these different builds, specifically the stadiums for now. That's briarwood.mcft, just a shortened version of Minecraft. So briarwood.mcft on Instagram if you want those daily updates. So check that out if you wouldn't mind. Eventually, we're going to see some pine trees and stadiums popping up as we approach Charing. But like I said, very nostalgic for me, for the sake of a couple of these different buildings that are throughout the town, specifically two of them right now. So I grew up in Bismarck, North Dakota. Small town comparatively to where a lot of you might be from. If you're from urban areas, it's going to be a lot smaller than where you're from. It is the second largest city in the state of North Dakota, so it felt, as a North Dakotan, like I was from the city. But a lot of this is just very homey to me, so we'll talk about that when we get more over there. This is based on the church that I grew up going to. The church was established in an elementary school, and so it's got kind of this school feel to it. So this section is the children's wing. There's 4 different classrooms. These are 2 offices for the different youth and children's leaders there. You move towards kind of this church lobby area. Church office is right there. This will be a fellowship hall and kitchen areas. Over here is the youth and high school wing with a couple different classrooms here. And then back in this direction is what is now the worship area. So this is just kind of a prep hall, a couple different offices, libraries here. And then this is the main sanctuary. So this used to be the elementary school gym, which is now the church sanctuary. Large cross on the wall there. Centralized worship area. It's a Protestant church, so you're going to have just kind of these light sections here, video boards for lyrics and that sort of thing to the different worship songs, and then chairs set up as such. It's flipped from the original, so if there are people watching who know me and know exactly which building I'm talking about, they're probably like, why does it look different? It's because it's flipped. It's mirrored. It's not actually the original. I do that with a lot of my buildings just to kind of give them a different look to what I'm used to. Just for me to see visually what it would look like if it were the opposite. This is the middle school and adult education wing. Those things don't usually happen at the same time, so don't worry about that. And then I'm going to add an upper floor here. It was an idea that was tossed around with this church specifically for years, and just never came to fruition. So I was curious what it would look like if I added an extra floor. So eventually I'm adding a second floor here. This is an empty parking lot, which I've decided to add kind of a garden area to. I'll add more detail as time goes on. But this is Charing Lutheran Church in Charing here, based on a church that I grew up going to. So speaking of my hometown, let's go over to the Caribou Center. This is based on the Bismarck Civic Center. It's the largest arena in western North Dakota. It used to be home to a G League team back when it was the NBA D League. The team currently known as the Santa Cruz Warriors used to be known as the Dakota Wizards. They used to be the associated team for the Memphis Grizzlies. Despite being named the Wizards, they were never really tied to the Washington Wizards. They had purple as their primary color, even though the Civic Center has light blue seats. So as a throwback to them, or a tribute to them, I guess you could say, I decided to make these seats purple. I mentioned in the last video, it originally, when the Bismarck Bobcats NAHL team started play, they did play at the Civic Center. It hasn't hosted hockey in like 25 years, so I decided to throw a hockey rink in here instead of the usual basketball arena. But here's one more look at the Caribou Center, based on, like I said, the Bismarck Civic Center in my hometown, Bismarck, North Dakota. A couple different locker room options over here. So the Charing Titans is the hockey team. This is going to be their locker room here. Next door, I believe, is, well, it should tell us right here. This is the Charing Express. This is the basketball team. Kind of the same colors as the Charlotte Hornets. And then this is going to be a guest hockey locker room. I haven't finished the floor here, but it's going to have this black, gray, and white color scheme. Next door is a guest basketball locker room, yellow and black, gold and black, I guess. Another hockey locker room. And then another guest basketball locker room at the end here, green and black and white and gray kind of. And then I think I did have media rooms on the other side here. Yes. So media room here, purple and white. Next door, purple and teal. So this is the Caribou Center, home to the arena teams. There's your Swiss flag there. This will be a lobby and food court area. And then over here is Wells Fargo Park. This is the one that's based on Truist Park in Atlanta, home of the Braves, or Cumberland, Georgia, I guess, to be specific. The grill is now in left field. I've added some flags to center field there. So you see the Swiss flag. This is the flag of Charing, which is based on, oh boy, Schaffhausen? Charing is based on which, oh, I gotta find it here. Charing is based on, yes, Schaffhausen in Switzerland. And then this flag is supposed to represent the team. The Charing Stags is the baseball team here. Bullpens there and there. Upper deck section that wraps around here. Big scoreboard in center, and then just kind of a tropical mangrove tree and, you know, all the likes. The usual baseball type stuff in center field. Little bit of a downtown we explored last video. We won't go into details. I did add, though, over here, one more really kind of ugly looking one. Orange and brown. First Energy Core, based on First Energy Stadium, which used to be the Cleveland Browns Stadium name. So this is based on the Cleveland Browns colors there. And then last but not least, this is based on Parken Stadium in Copenhagen, Denmark. It's home to FC Copenhagen. Will eventually be complete on that end too. But this is Google Park, home of the Charing Hikers and Charing City FC. So you can't quite see it as well since the sun is down. And actually the shadows in here are weird anyways, but just kind of this big boxy office slash box seats section behind this end zone, kind of a corporate office in this corner here. There will be something similar but different in design in this corner, and then like I said, this will probably wrap around all this end zone here. Do I have anything underneath? I do. A couple locker rooms. Let's check them out. Guest locker room here for soccer. Guest locker room here for soccer. Do I have media rooms over here is the question. No. And is the answer still no? Answer is still no. So this is the inside of that office tower. But like I said, this is Google Park. So that is Charing. A little bit of nostalgia trip for me in the town that I grew up in. But Google Park here, like I said, based on Parken Stadium in Denmark. Go check out all of our other videos. There will be plenty more content on the channel. We do this update weekly. Try to get it out every Sunday if we can. But more episodes will be coming out next week. We are going to the extreme northeast before we circle back around to the southeast. So stay tuned for that. Check out all of the other stuff on the channel. And in the meantime, we will see you very, very soon.